Hey there, Solo here, and today I wanted to talk about the Guardian games. Now, I know that we are just now reaching the end of week one, and already some people have mixed reviews about it. Some people are saying that, hey, this might be rigged from the get-go, there's some conspiracy theories out there, but I want to avoid all of that and just really talk about my experiences with Guardian games and also think about some ways how Bungie can improve upon this mode in the future. So heading right into it, how I've been playing Guardian games. Yes, I've been playing Guardian games, but in terms of me enjoying myself, it doesn't really feel like what we're doing is matching up with why we are supposed to be doing it. I feel just the same way with everyone else that this feels just like a Bounty Simulator 2.0, where the medals, quote unquote, I don't get it. How is the consumption of those medals and getting the laurel currency or Yanni, depending on how your ears work, I don't know. But just collecting that currency, how is that showing off your subclass? In really thinking about when they were promoting this, I thought it was going to be more about take pride in your class, take pride in your presence as either a warlock or a hunter or a titan. And right now it just seems like that is not the focus for anyone, especially going from what we've learned during week one, but just how people have been interacting with Guardian games. It doesn't feel like this is supposed to be a game mode or, an event where you take pride in your class. A lot of people are simply just doing this because there's an exotic tied to the event, and once they get the exotic, they're done. I feel like in terms of how I will interact with the rest of the Guardian games, yes, once I get the heir apparent, there is a big chance that I will not be participating further with this event because, again, it doesn't feel like the reason of me playing Warlock, I'm not able to show that by doing anything. It's just, hey, here are these medals, here are these quests, and once you complete them, you turn in a limited amount of medals and you're done for the day. But what if I want to contribute more? What about those opportunities for people who, really want to show, like, yes, I am a hardcore warlock, I'm a hardcore hunter, I'm a hardcore titan, I'm going to do everything that I can to, try to get us at a higher standing. I just feel that right now, with the way that the event works, it's very limited. It's very restrictive of actually allowing Guardians to have pride in their class, but rather just, hey, here are some bounties or medals for you to complete, standard amount of the day. There you go. That's not exactly how I would have envisioned this event to go. And some of the ways that I would have changed it mainly would be kind of structured like the Olympic Games. There has been similarities between the Guardian Games and the Olympics, and I really feel like there was an opportunity to kind of match that similar method or that similar structure as the Olympic Games. And by that, I mean every day I feel like, or every week rather, I feel like there should have been a focus. There should have been, I think this event goes on for 3 weeks, so that's perfect. You could, or, maybe if you wanted to do more weeks, but essentially every week be tied to an activity. 1 week be destinations. At the second week, it would be Crucible. At the third week, it'd be Strikes. At the fourth week, it'd be Gambit. At the fifth week, it'd be Forages or something. But have each week center around an event, quote unquote. And then during the week, you have your opportunities to show, I guess, like your style, to really show off your class or show pride in your class. By that, I mean maybe during week one, during destinations, you highlight that art class. Hills with art class contribute to, maybe you keep the laurel currency, or maybe you have some different kind of tracker that's tracking those points, but every day be a different focus. So the first day of the first week, it's okay, kills with your arc abilities are going to increase your standing. The second day it'll be solar, the third day it'll be void, the fourth day it'll be primary weapon kills, the fifth day it'll be special, and so on and so forth. And that way you have that structure that, okay, so here's a week, here's how the week is planned, now let's apply it to the different activities. And I know in the past there were some complaints about how Guardians didn't want to be directed at certain activities. I feel like the criticism in the past where Bungie was essentially saying, hey, in order to progress in like light level and the different things that matter to Guardians, it wasn't just, hey, play this activity, it was play this activity this certain way. But that is attributed to a lot of external factors. That's attributed to the pinnacle weapons, the loadouts, where you go into an activity, if you don't have the correct loadout, you couldn't participate because people didn't want to hear how you were using different weapons. It was, if you're doing this activity, you have this loadout, otherwise you're not doing it. I feel like now, with there being like a shift in the meta and the understanding that a lot of the weapons are sunsetting, we can bring back the play this activity really the way that you want to now. Or in this case, it's you can play it the way that you want to, but for those who are going to be participating in the Guardian games in the special event, okay, you're going to see a little bit more arc kills than normal. You're going to see a little more solar kills. You're going to see, people running primary weapons a lot more, play with it. Or if you want to avoid that, start switching it up a little bit and say, complete Crucible matches without using any of your abilities. I know that is crazy. Who would even think of that? But I feel like if the parallel to, if this event is supposed to be parallel to the Olympics, you don't go to an Olympics show to see everyone do the exact same thing. And if they are doing the same activity, in a sense, they're doing it their own way. You don't go and you watch gymnastics, you don't watch them do the exact same routine across all the participants. Each one brings their own different style, they bring their own different background, they bring something different. So like, yes, I am watching gymnastics, but I'm watching so-and-so's gymnastic routine, and I get to decide, and not that I get to decide, but they've got to decide, this is what I'm bringing to the table. And I feel like that's what's missing from the Guardian games. I don't feel like I get to bring my kind of interpretation of how proud I am to be a warlock. I'm not able to bring that into the game. Why? Because I can only get 7 medals per day, and somehow I'm supposed to show that I'm supposed to be, proud of being a warlock because I can finish 7 medals as a warlock. I just think there was a disconnect there, but understanding that I'm not a game developer with the pandemic going on, with so many different external factors, I'm not surprised about the way that the event turned out, but again, I wanted to talk about, some of the different ways that the mode can be improved upon, because I do think that this is a good framework for, a good seasonal event, whether they continue with the Guardian games or somehow they fit the factions back into this. So that was just, that's all I have for you. This was just me talking about the Guardian games and how I feel about it so far. There are still a couple of weeks left to get your heir apparent, and maybe something will happen to where other classes will start winning the days, or Bungie will take a look and say, hey, you guys aren't doing this correctly. Maybe if there is cheating going on, they'll be able to address that and talk about how they're going to address it. But until then, I'm just in it for the exotic. Right now warlocks are in second place. Silver doesn't look bad, so I don't know. We'll see. But let me know in the comments down below if you are participating in the Guardian games, what class you are, and how you're feeling about it. As I always say, sharing is caring. But again, thank you so much. If you like this video, please go ahead and give a like up. And if you want to continue to keep interacting with the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are really trying to get more content out there. We are trying to increase that. So the more subscribes will help with motivation, and it will help you guys get the more content that you want to see. But again, thank you guys so much. I will catch you on the next one. Solo says, so long.